Nathan Lane. He's not that good. And I've had a lot of time to look at the ceiling, and these are some results I had from a test I had done. So, I'm a little worried. You know, this is, it's incredibly gratifying and moving and embarrassing, and I can't thank you all enough, not only for showing up for New Dramatists, because that's the most important thing. You're doing a really good thing. But just for showing up, you know, looking at some of these faces, Bryan Cranston, Jeff Daniels, Lois Smith, the people I so admire, and I appreciate you coming on, you know, when you have shows, and you could have been resting. I know I'd like to be resting. And I can't thank Brooks enough. Brooks, who's having a great moment right now, starring in the prom. Just one of the most brilliantly funny people I know. And my great thanks to Jack O'Brien, my friend, and Taylor Mack, just genius, and everyone. You know, there's no way to sit through an extraordinary afternoon like this without at some point asking yourself the terrifying question, when did I turn into Angela Lansbury? It starts without warning, like a virus. So slowly you're not even aware of it, and then one day it dawns on you that more and more you're being honored for lifetime achievement, and the next thing you know, you're on the cover of AARP magazine in a hot tub with Betty White. Don't get me wrong, it's still a great honor, and I'm very grateful, but these kinds of things do start to feel like God's way of saying, I think you've had enough. But don't you worry, as Chris Christie likes to say, I haven't finished yet. I was really looking forward to this event because I thought I had a pretty good shot at winning, and I don't know if you pay attention to the Tony Awards, but everyone at my show was nominated this year. And that's a glorious thing. I am so proud and happy for all of them, and it's incredibly well-deserved. In other good news, on June 9th, I'll be going bowling with Glenda Jackson. Turns out she always travels with her special shoes and customized ball. Bless her heart. And speaking of customized balls, I don't have a joke, I just wanted to say customized balls. Seriously, it feels very appropriate to be honored with this award while doing a brand new American play on Broadway this season, written by an illustrious alumnus of New Dramatists, the incomparable Taylor Mack. The last new play I did on Broadway was Douglas Carter Bean's The Nance for Lincoln Center, which had 3 workshops over a couple of years before we went into production. Very sensible. Gary, a sequel to Titus Andronicus, had a 3-week lab. Lab is short for laboratory, where, as you know, you can find the cure for cancer or bring to life the Frankenstein monster. Shortly after the lab, we went into rehearsal and started previews a week late after losing our wonderful leading lady, Andrea Martin, to 4 broken ribs, and the brilliant Christine Nielsen and Julie White having to learn their roles in 6 days. Absolutely terrifying. But they astonishingly rose to the occasion and saved the day and the show. All under the guidance of a genius by the name of George C. Wolfe. As you may have heard, this isn't your typical Broadway fare. It's an outrageous, hilarious, sometimes provocative, sometimes political, always challenging, absurdist black comedy in the tradition of Ionesco that employs both blank verse and iambic pentameter. Not to mention a flatulent sequence involving bloody corpses and an 11 o'clock number that begins with dead gladiators coming to life and climaxes with computerized dancing penises. In other words, money in the bank. By the way, we are now selling computerized penises in the lobby. I hear they work better than Viagra. The only problem is you need Wi-Fi to have sex. Of course, it was a risky, gutsy, slightly crazy, yet heroic impulse on the part of our producer, Scott Rudin, and on all our parts, really. There's no safe way to do this. There is no privacy anymore, no room for failure. You're now immediately judged online, and brutally so, and that's the way it is. I always remember the mantra of an angry playwright I portrayed in a new play by the great Paul Rudnick many years ago, who declared, "It isn't enough for me to succeed, others must fail. Others must suffer, others must die." I've never been skydiving, and I have no desire to jump out of a plane unless I was sitting next to Mitch McConnell. But to me, opening a new play on Broadway feels like skydiving. Exhilarating, thrilling, actually flying, but sick to your stomach with the constant fear of possible death. But as Elaine May once said, the only safe thing is to take a risk. Gary was a big swing, as they say, but it felt important to give an exciting, fresh, and audacious new voice the chance to be heard on Broadway. And as we all know, new plays are the lifeblood of the American theater, keeping it alive and relevant and essential, and that's where great organizations like New Dramatists come to the rescue on a daily basis, nurturing and helping new writers to grow and flourish and hopefully become the next Arthur Millers, Eugene O'Neills, and Tennessee Williamses, or even better, their own bold and original voices being heard and counted as important and making their own lasting imprint. That's why we're all here, and why we should always be here, to help them continue their mission. So to paraphrase that Paul Rudnick character, it is enough for me to succeed. We must encourage others to grow. We must give others a chance. We must allow others to take risks. Others must succeed as well. Not too much, but succeed, yes. So what does this all mean, this lifetime achievement thing? I hate to say it, but I think it means it's not about the destination so much, it's the journey. There, I said it, journey. We're all on a fucking journey. And it's about that shared experience. Unlike the movies or television, the theater happens in the moment, and you've all got to be there together in one place. And then it's gone forever, except in our memories. You could look at photographs or see film footage of stage performances, but it doesn't truly translate the chemistry of what happens on the stage between actors and audience. The phrase "you had to be there" comes to mind. It's like having a one-night stand 8 times a week, and some of them stay in your memory, and some of them you just want to take a shower afterwards and forget. But it's the camaraderie, it's the passion, it's the ritual, the love-hate quest for capturing that moment of truth when you soar and you feel the audience breathe with you as one. That's what keeps us coming back for more. I'm obviously drunk with power now because of all this high praise, but you get my drift. We're all in this together, helping each other to do our best work, figuring it all out in sweaty rehearsal rooms with fluorescent lights, rooms that reek of failure and success, and hoping we can possibly reach people with the stories we have to tell. And then you die and it's somebody else's turn. But I've survived. We've all survived. That's what show business really is, survival. I've gotten to do the thing I love with so many gifted artists, actors, writers, directors, designers, producers. I'm a very lucky guy. I've gotten to work with the very best. So by honoring me, you also honor all of them. I guess I'm having a moment of silence for my career. You know, what can I say? The theater was my salvation. I was just a kid in Jersey City watching the Tony Awards and thinking, wow, what would it be like to be a part of that world? And I love you all, and thank you very, very much for coming.